Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Sharmin Rahman, Associate Professor, Department of Anatomy, Adin Women's Medical College, Dhaka. Today I am going to discuss about the male reproductive system, which includes histological structure of testes. The male reproductive system consists of testis, which is suspended in the scrotum, and intratesticular and extratesticular genital ducts, associated glands, and the male copulatory organ, the penis. The testes are responsible for the formation of the male gametes, which is known as spermatozoa, as well as for the synthesis, storage, and release of the male sex hormone, that is testosterone. Now, what are the layers of the testes? There are three layers of the testes from outer to inner. These are tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, and tunica vasculosa. During migration from the abdominal cavity, each testis carries with it a serous sac that is known as the tunica vaginalis, that is derived from the peritoneum. This tunica vaginalis consists of two layers, that is outer parietal layer and inner visceral layer. The inner visceral layer covering the albuginea on the anterior and lateral sides of the testis. In this figure, we can see this is the parietal layer of tunica vaginalis, and this is the visceral layer of tunica vaginalis, which covers the tunica albuginea. Each testis is surrounded by a capsule of dense connective tissue that is known as the tunica albuginea. This is tunica albuginea. The tunica albuginea is thickened on the posterior side of the testis, which form the mediastinum testis, and from which some fibrous septa penetrate inside the organ and divides it into 250 pyramidal compartments of testicular lobules. In this figure, we can see this tunica albuginea on the posterior side of the testis thickened and form the mediastinum testis, and from where there are some septa penetrates inside the testis and forms 250 testicular lobules. These are lobules. These septa are incomplete and there is frequently intercommunication between lobules. Each lobule is occupied by 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules that are surrounded by interstitial loose connective tissue rich in blood and lymphatic vessels. Nerves and endocrine interstitial cells that are known as Leydig cells, which secrete the testosterone. Seminiferous tubules produce male reproductive cells, the spermatozoa, whereas interstitial cells secrete testicular androgens. Immediately deep to the tunica albuginea, a highly vascularized loose connective tissue layer, that is the tunica vasculosa, which forms the vascular capsule of the testis. Now, seminiferous tubule. As we know, there are 250 testicular lobules, and in each testicular lobules there are 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules present. So, in each testis there may be 250 to maximum 1000 seminiferous tubules may present. and the total length of these tubules of one testis is 250 meter. Each tubule is convoluted loop light via a short narrower segment, the straight tubule, to the retitestis. These are the straight tubule and this is retitestis. Ten to 20 efferent ductules connect the retitestis to the head of the epididymis. In this figure, these are efferent ductules which connect the retitestis with the head of the epididymis. Each seminiferous tubule is lined with a complex specialized stratified epithelial cells known as germinal or seminiferous epithelium. The seminiferous epithelium consists of two types of cell. One is non-dividing, supporting or substenticular cells, that is Sertoli cells, and the another type cells is proliferative cells of spermatogenic lineage. This is the figure of testis where we can see this is lumen and these are Sertoli cells and these are spermatogenic cells. This is another figure where these large nucleus containing cells are Sertoli cells and these are spermatogenic cells. This is the Sertoli cell which contains a large nucleus, and on each side of the Sertoli cells there are presence of spermatogenic cells. Now, functions of the Sertoli cells: physical and nutritional support of the developing germ cells, phagocytosis of cytoplasm eliminated during spermiogenesis, and establishment of a blood-testis barrier. Also, it synthesizes and release of androgen binding protein that facilitates an increase in the concentration of testosterone in the seminiferous tubule, and synthesis and release of anti-Mullerian hormone which suppress the formation of the Mullerian duct and thus establishes the maleness of the developing embryo. It also synthesis and secretion of inhibin that inhibits the release of follicle stimulating hormone by the anterior pituitary gland, and secretion of a fructose rich medium that nourishes and facilitates the transport of spermatozoa to the genital ducts. Now, talking about the spermatogenic cells. The process of the spermatogenesis, whereby spermatogonia give rise to spermatozoa, is divided into three phases. One is spermatocytogenesis, meiosis and spermiogenesis. Most of the cells composing the thick seminiferous epithelium are spermatogenic cells in various stages of maturation. Spermatogonia are diploid cells that undergo mitotic division to form more spermatogonia as well as primary spermatocytes which migrate from the basal into the adluminal compartment. Primary spermatocytes enter the first meiotic division to form the secondary spermatocytes, which undergo the second meiotic division to form the haploid cells known as spermatids. These haploid cells, that is spermatids, are transformed into spermatozoa or mature sperm through shedding of much of their cytoplasm, rearrangement of their organelles and formation of flagella. Various cell types that result from this process of cell maturation called the spermatogenesis, and the maturation process is divided into three phases. Spermatocytogenesis, that is differentiation of spermatogonia into the primary spermatocytes. Meiosis, that is reduction, division, whereby diploid primary spermatocytes reduce their chromosome complement forming haploid spermatids, and spermiogenesis, where transformation of the spermatids into spermatozoa or mature sperm. This is the figure where we can see these are type spermatogonia, and this type A spermatogonia converted into type B spermatogonia by the mitosis, and then they are transformed into the primary spermatocytes. These primary spermatocytes then undergoes first meiotic division and forms secondary spermatocytes, and these secondary spermatocytes then undergoes second meiotic division and forms spermatids. These spermatids undergoes some changes and form the mature sperm or spermatozoa, and this process is known as spermiogenesis. So, that is all for today. Thank you.